Hello everyone, and welcome to our story corner. Today, we're diving into the tale of a very special character, Mr. Pig. Now, you might think you know a lot about pigs, but did you know that some pigs, especially our Mr. Pig, have a peculiar fondness for money? They just love the shiny jingle of coins. Our story begins on a day that started like any other for Mr. Pig. He woke up, put on his smart green vest and his tiny black top hat, and decided to check on his most prized possession, his savings. He strolled over to his heavy, ironclad safe, feeling quite pleased with himself. He imagined the stacks of gleaming coins waiting inside. With a confident twist of the dial, he pulled the heavy door open. But instead of a mountain of money, he found nothing. Not a single coin. The safe was completely empty. Mr. Pig let out a gasp. "Oh no!" he cried, his large brown eyes wide with shock. "My money! It's all gone!" A wave of panic washed over him. Where could his precious coins have gone? He couldn't remember spending them. There was only one place in town that had more money than he did. The bank. A determined look crossed his friendly face. "That's it!" he squealed. "I'm going to the bank to get my money back." Without a second thought, Mr. Pig marched out of his house and headed straight for the town center. With each step, his frustration grew. He pictured the bank, a big building filled to the brim with coins, and he imagined them all belonging to him. As he walked, his short, plump legs carried him faster and faster, his little body wiggling with a mix of anger and purpose. The quiet morning street echoed with the sound of his determined footsteps. Finally, he arrived. The grand doors of the town bank stood before him, looking very imposing. Just as Mr. Pig was about to charge inside, the door swung open, and out stepped a tiny but very official-looking security guard. It was a small brown terrier, wearing a smart Navy security vest with a shiny badge pinned to the front. His ears were alert, and his expression was brave and no-nonsense. "Money," Mr. Pig shouted, pointing a trotter at the bank entrance. He was so focused on his lost treasure that he barely noticed the little dog blocking his path. The security dog, however, noticed Mr. Pig. With a voice much deeper than you'd expect from such a small creature, he barked, "Go away, pig! This is a bank, not a trough. No pigs allowed." He stood his ground, a furry little guardian of finance. But Mr. Pig was in no mood to be told what to do. He was on a mission. "I need my money," he insisted, trying to push past the determined dog. The confrontation was escalating. Mr. Pig was used to getting his way, but this little dog was surprisingly stubborn. The argument quickly turned into a playful, yet heated, scuffle. The little dog, feeling his authority was being challenged, made a bold move. He darted forward and gave Mr. Pig's toe a tiny, playful nip. "Yelp!" squealed Mr. Pig, hopping back in surprise, more than pain. It was the final straw. His friendly face was now red with anger. His eyes darted around, looking for something, anything, to show this dog who was boss. He spotted a stick lying on the pavement. Perfect! He snatched it up, waving it menacingly. Seeing the stick, the little dog's brave expression faltered for a moment. He yelped and quickly scurried back inside the bank, disappearing from view. "I'll get you!" Mr. Pig shouted, charging after him, brandishing the stick like a sword. He was so caught up in his anger that he didn't notice the world around him. Just as Mr. Pig reached the bank door, a new sound cut through the air. It started as a faint wail in the distance but grew louder and louder. Wee-woo, wee-woo. Sirens. Mr. Pig froze. He looked down the street and saw the flashing lights of a police car racing towards the bank. Panic seized him. The stick dropped from his hoof. His temper had gotten him into real trouble this time. They must think he was trying to rob the bank. He didn't wait to explain. With a terrified squeal, he turned and ran. He ran faster than he had ever run in his life, a blur of pink skin and green vest. He didn't look back. All he could think about was getting home, getting to safety. The sound of the sirens seemed to chase him all the way. He burst through the door of his cozy farmhouse, slamming it shut behind him. He leaned against it, panting, his heart pounding in his chest. He felt dizzy and overwhelmed. He slid down the door and collapsed onto the floor in a heap. Just then, a gentle figure appeared. It was Mrs. Pig, his loving wife. She was slightly plumper than him, with a kind face, glasses perched on her nose, and a pastel apron tied around her waist. She looked down at him with a knowing, caring expression.
"Oh, dear," she said softly.
"You did it again, didn't you? Letting your temper get the best of you." She helped him up and handed him a glass of water, which he gratefully gulped down. As he began to calm his racing heart, Mrs. Pig walked over to a shelf in the corner of the room. She reached up and took down a familiar, cheerful-looking object. It was a classic piggy bank, painted bright pink, just like them. She held it out to him and gave it a little shake. Jingle, jingle, jingle. A familiar, wonderful sound filled the room. Mr. Pig's eyes went wide. He peered into the little slot on top. Inside, safe and sound, were all of his precious coins. He had put them there for safekeeping last week and had completely forgotten in his haste. A wave of relief, followed by a wave of embarrassment, washed over him. All that fuss, all that anger, all for nothing. He looked from the piggy bank to his wife's gentle smile and felt a bit foolish. And so, our story comes to a close with a very important lesson. It's a simple moral, but one that Mr. Pig learned the hard way that day. A hot temper often gets you into trouble. It's always better to take a deep breath and think before you act. Thank you so much for joining us for the story of Mr. Pig. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do you want to forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more fun, tales, and adventures. We'll see you next time!